about my love. Wasn't it enough? Just let me know.
At number 5, I got Young Ho Koo.
Young Wei.
My kicker, my man. Wait, hold up. Wait.
My man.
My man, Young Ho Koo.
Young Wei Koo.
It's Young Ho.
It's
Because he
Young
gets all
Wei.
the O's.
Just go ahead. No bad. Robbie Gold. Robbie Gold.
Who?
Robbie Gold.
Oh my goodness, just go on with the list.
But man's been a beast in the league. Man's been clutch in a lot of big situations for the Falcons. I can't believe those two just went with each other. No, sorry, not sorry, Big Fridge. But he has been a very, very good, very consistent kicker since he came into the league just a few years ago. But then at number 4, I got Harrison Butker, or according to Travis Kelce, the butt kicker. I got Harrison Butker here at number 4. He was a couple years ago a top 2 kicker up there with Justin Tucker, but he did take a step back. He started missing more field goals, so that is why I have him at number 4. But he is still a good kicker. He has been there through this. Fingers crossed that this don't happen. A Chiefs dynasty helped them with many game-winning kicks in the playoffs. Helped them in clutch situations in the regular season. Been a huge reason of the Chiefs' success in recent memories, besides Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, of course. And, of course, Creed Humphreys, underrated. But at number 3, y'all gonna love this. I got Jake Elliott. I have Jake Elliott here. He has been one of the best kickers since he has come in. People forget how good Jake Elliott is. How you put him in any situation, he can nail it. He has been, I believe, a 2-time Pro Bowler, was robbed of a Pro Bowl this year, but he ultimately had the last laugh in the Super Bowl when he was in there and the NFC kickers weren't. But he has been a very good kicker, very consistent for the Eagles as well. These 3 fellow fine people can verify this. But at number 2, I got Evan McPherson. Don's guy, bruh. Don's guy. The jersey.
I'm sorry. Whose guy? Excuse me?
Wait, what?
He's literally in Florida. He went to Florida.
I know, but sure. Where's your Evan McPherson jersey, bro? Where's your McPherson jersey? I feel like
just go ahead, bro.
The anger that I just feel from Sora's camera right now is there. But Evan McPherson, what he has done in the 2 years, just saying to Joe Burrow in the Titans playoff game, after a warm-up kick, yeah, we're going to be going to the AFC Championship.
First of all, you said it wrong, but okay.
How do you say it then?
It wasn't during the warm-up. It was when he went in for said game-winning kick. He said, well, boys, looks like we're going to the Super Bowl.
Nah, he did his warm-up kick before they go out and kick it.
You know
like
what?
When kickers on the sideline, they go out and kick.
Trust the fan that used to,
Bro, I watched that interview, and that's what Joe Burrow said.
Anyways, keep going.
And it was AFC Championship game, so not Super Bowl. But the man carried this Bengals special team, made them in so many clutch situations, except for the game against Green Bay his rookie year. Thank you for missing all of those. Have been clutch. The only young kicker who has the smack talk that he has, he's able to back it up. He has been so clutch for the Bengals. He has made every kick they needed to in the playoffs. So I got Evan McPherson, number 2. At number 1, the guy is the best kicker all time. It's Justin Tucker.
Mm-hmm.
Broke the NFL record last year.
Good.
Besides this 1 year where he started taking a little downgrade, missed a couple of kicks later in the stretch, has been one of the most consistent kickers all time. before this year, rarely, and I mean more rare than me talking to a girl, bro. He missing.
No, you literally have to do that.
Hopefully, we put an end to that. We put an end to
That's
that.
so tough. This man.
Call me Goose. I'm gonna be your wingman.
Hey, bro, now you're gonna have to take over if I'm gonna succeed, Vic.
I don't know. I'm mad, but anyway, listen, I like the top. I like your list, man. I like your list.
Hey,
Evan McPherson was the only one that I'm like, I like the kid, maybe a little overhyped.
He can back it up though, Vic. That's the thing.
You look at the stats. I know Donald put his in there. You look at the stats. Evan's not up there on that field goal percentage.
All right.
Oh, it's me again. Random, I see. Okay. All right.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I didn't go off on a 3-minute tangent like you did. I just said whatever. Anyways, number 5. I got my boy. Wait, what?
There we go.
What
just happened?
Boy.
Hold up.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. I went to go. I had everybody calm down.
See how much he looks like George Kittle.
Wait, what is happening? What? I'll get to you later. No,
no.
I went to go to one of my pages and it opened up as like, yes, tickets. I was like, I don't want to buy tickets right now.
Where are we going, Sora?
It was for Falcons Panthers and I don't know why. Anyways, number 5, I got Jake Elliott. 87% from the field goal, 96% extra points. This season had 111 points, and I believe now, correct me if I'm wrong, fellas, I think he's now 3rd in most points in franchise history for Philly.
I'm not the Philly guy. That's you guys.
I believe so.
I'm pretty sure he is.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jake Elliott kind of has been ever since he came in for, and I can't remember, but when he kicked that 66-yarder against the Giants, I knew.
Oh.
He came in for Parkey. Didn't he take over for Parkey or no?
Was it Parkey? It might have been Parkey that got
Y'all
injured.
did the greatest thing by letting Cody Parkey go. Thank you.
Yeah, we did.
I don't know if it was Parkey. Okay. I know Parkey came before him, but I thought there was somebody else as well. Anyway,
I think it might be, but I for whatever the reason, I thought it was Parkey.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, no. Anyway, longest was 56. So, I mean, again, dude's kind of always been clutch. There will be some stretches of games where it's like he nails the 55-yarder, but seems to miss the 20-yarder, and it just so some consistency problems. Not much this year. But yeah, I got Jake Elliott at 5. At number 4, pained me a little bit, but I had to not be biased. But at number 4, I got Shooter McPherson. Soon to be the greatest kicker known to man. This man could kick a football to the moon and drill a hole straight through the moon, and I wouldn't be surprised. No, I'm kidding. But I mean, yeah, 82% from the field goal. Definitely that first game did not help, where he missed 4 field goals against Pittsburgh. Definitely did not help. But it was also it was a rough week, rough first couple of weeks for everybody. I mean, that was the week Burrow threw like 3 or 4 interceptions.
Yeah.
But yeah, 82% from the field goal, 90% extra points, 112 points. I mean, dude's got the confidence, the swagger. And I mean, again, how many kickers have we seen kick a Gatorade cap bottle off of the middle of the field post? Doesn't even hit the bottle; it just grazes through it. Again, Shooter McPherson. The only man that I know that would skip out of a coach's meeting at Super Bowl halftime to watch the halftime show. He's like, Coach, I've done my job. I'm going out to watch the show.
Who was it that he watched? Oh, yeah, it was that great. Ford?
The Weeknd, yeah. He was like, I'm a go.
No, wasn't it Eminem? 50
That was no.
What Super Bowl?
Super Bowl 56.
Bengals.
The Rams Super Bowl was the LA Super Bowl with Dr. Dre now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was Dre. Never mind. Yeah, the Weeknd was the other one. Whatever.
Bro, I don't think he
Weeknd-
wanted to go out and watch the Weeknd.
Yeah, it was. Whatever. Anyways, he went out to watch Super Bowl, so he's like, Coach, I've done my job. I'm out. Peace, deuces, bye bye.
Sora's energy when Evan McPherson brought up is cracked up.
It's Shooter McPherson to you, Manny.
Yeah.
At number 3.
His energy.
Number 3, I've got. Hold up. Something
You
like
have
that.
to
No.
look at
Okay, no. Number 3, I do have Chris Boswell. Okay.
Yeah.
Did I not add? Huh.
The boss makes the list.
Interesting. Yeah, dude was 100% on extra points. Yes, he was 71 from field goal, but having 100% extra point, that's just got to show respect. Also, kind of the story of how the dude almost got cut. He's kind of been their clutch kicker. When they've needed the Boz has been there for them.
The Boz is there.
78 points, longest was 59. Yeah, I again had some rough ones, but being 100% on the extra points, that definitely helps. Number 2, I got, as Hayden said, that Travis Kelce says, I got the Harrison butt kicker.
The butt kicker.
I mean, yeah, you want to talk about clutch. He definitely when they needed to win games,
He dared.
he was always there. If they were within a field goal, you could always trust Butker to get it. Even with the 75% from field goal, but again, 92 extra points. Longest 62, 92 points total in the season. But again, when you needed Harrison Butker, he was there for you. Much like the opening Friends theme song. Now that's a bad joke. We're gonna move on from that.
Sorry,
No,
but I'm glad.
Jokes, bruh.
I'm so glad you realized that Hayden wouldn't. So I'm glad you realized that.
Wait, what did I realize?
What you mumbled at the end? What?
What?
I said I'm glad that you realized that Hayden wouldn't have realized that.
Realize what?
Whatever. Anyways, number 1, psych. It was a lie. Evan McPherson again. No, I'm kidding. Justin Tucker. Again, Shooter McPherson will be up there at 1 soon. But number 1, you got to give it to Justin Tucker, man. 142 points, 96%, basically 97% extra points, 86% field goal. I mean, the dude is one of the top is a top kicker in the NFL. Kind of has been all of his year. But can we just talk about real quick the AFC North?
Yep.
Three of these guys on my list are all from the AFC North, and even like you could argue Boswell off. You could argue Boswell being a top 10. Cade York rookie year, he didn't look half bad. AFC North is the division of kicking,
No.
especially for the Browns because they had Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
I would probably say AFC East is a good. Because you got Jason Myers, you got my guy from New England, Nick Folk.
Yeah.
You have what's the one in Zerline over with New York?
Greg Wide left Zerline?
And then
New York has Zerline.
Yeah, Greg Wide left
Yeah.
Zerline.
Hey man, but he's been more consistent lately. And I forgot who the last one was, but that's a
Man.
pretty
The
good
Dolphins one. The
kicking,
Dolphins one.
division.
All I'm saying, man helped us get the 1 seed a couple years ago.
And what'd you do with it?
We don't talk about it.
Okay.
Kevin
But yeah, no. Anyway, this is my list. So, any objections before we move on?
Not really.
Well, we already said
I
Bob.
object.
It's not really a bad list.
Nah,
I feel like you
Elliott
can't.
for me was an honorable mention.
Huh?
Elliott for me was an honorable mention. Like on my
Yeah.
list. he was
Yeah,
honorable.
I thought apparently I didn't, but I could have sworn if there was one thing I would have changed, I definitely would have probably added Daniel Carlson, and I thought I did.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
so many kickers. I'm just saying for my list.
I feel like unless you go way like just crazy with it, I feel like you can't really go wrong with a kickers list.
If
Yeah.
I would have known if Mason Crosby is not retiring or what's happened, he would have been at 5.
Well, with kickers, it's kickers is the one position where, like I said before, you don't want someone to have a hot season and just go off of that. But with kicking, that's totally different. If you have a hot season, you have a hot hand, you got to go with that guy. You can't make a switch. So with kicking, it's a little different than any other position that we're going to choose from. So I'm going to start off with my number 5. A lot of guys haven't mentioned, probably don't even know who he is. I got my guy from the Indianapolis Colts, Sora, from your neck of the woods, a Florida Gator, Eddie Pinheiro.
Big P Eddie.
Eddie P.
I don't know. Bears
Listen,
fans had a
listen.
nickname for him, and it was annoying.
Listen,
Listen, he's
all you
very
need to know about
confident.
Eddie Pinheiro is this man was a bagger at Publix, and Mac Williams was like, "Yo, open
Like it.
tryouts."
Yep.
And it's,
Rest is history.
story. Rest is history. Yep.
Exactly.
There you
Listen,
go.
he was one of the
Shout out
best
to you,
kickers
Publix.
last week. He led, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he led the league in field goal percentage at 94,
Mhm.
94.4% or 94.3% in that range. He was one of the kickers that hit off from 60 yards twice, still made it. No matter what part of the field you had this kid at, he was very consistent. He rarely missed. Indianapolis didn't have a very good year, but most of those points that were on the board were from Eddie Pinero. So I got to put him on the list and give him that respect. Hopefully this year, with the team they put around him, he gets a little bit more recognition. He's known out there, and he continues the good work that he did in 2022. Up next, I got my guy. I mentioned him before from New England, an old Wiley vet, Nick Folk. Listen, Nick Folk was doing work last season. He got picked up at the mid-season, but he was still out there as one of the best kickers, reliable in field goals. Again, when you need him in long distance, Nick Folk was one of the best. So I got him on the list. At number 3, we all love to say his name. Come on, man. It's your favorite, my favorite, Young Ho Koo.
Yo,
Young
You gotta get Young Ho Koo on the
cool.
list. Listen, let's be honest. If you play fantasy, you know the name Young Ho Koo.
Yup.
He was out here racking points. And listen, he is a great kicker. Good leg, strong leg. He's very accurate. Good on field goals, one of the highest percentage on field goals as well. And he can kick for distance. And he's been helping out Atlanta because he pretty much is their highest scorer. So I got to put Mr. Koo up there. At number 2, a man that has been missed out in any of these lists, I got Daniel Carlson. Listen, he has been nothing but automatic for the Raiders. Again, we don't talk about him because of the team he's on. But when given the opportunity, he has done nothing but perform well. So you got to give him respect. He's up there creeping up. He's very close to creep up to that number 1 position. But that man can't be knocked off his mountain. I got Justin Tucker.
Shooter McPherson. Oh.
No.
Sure.
And you know, last season is a down season from Tucker. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he has 4 misses on the year. Listen, that's something that's pretty much unheard of. He's pretty much automatic. I think he'll rebound. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he'll rebound this year. The team around him we know is good. He's going to get the opportunity. You talk about fantasy. If you're looking for a kicker, we all know that's your number 1 kicker. That's the guy you're always going to get for good reason.
Yeah.
So I got Justin Tucker at the number 1 spot.
Yeah. So go ahead and just draft him first overall. Yeah.
Hey, there are some out there that do. Do we not remember who was that did that? Someone did make a kicker. Hunt.
I know. No. I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember.
Whatever though he is.
I remember that instance, but I don't remember who.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've known the people to do it before.
Hey,
Yeah.
Big, do it this year in fantasy football, please.
Hell
So,
no. Listen, I don't
No,
play with
listen, no,
I play
you
with
don't
no-
understand. Vic and I already know, bro. We gotta steal Heather's players from last year. That's what we gotta do.
It's so
Bro,
funny,
y'all-
there is a bounty on Patrick Mahomes' head. It is the craziest thing ever.
If she gets the first overall pick, we're screwed again. We're screwed.
Bro,
It's over.
Y'all worried about her. You ain't ready for when I'm cooking in fantasy, bro.
Oh no. Anyways,
I
You
just
ain't
want,
ready.
I just want to be recognized as a champion that I am. My belt will be worn proudly as I take this season over.
and again, speaking of championships, where's the XFL championship ring? When we getting that in?
Oh,
So it's like, I need my ring.
I need ring me. Need
What
to
are
pull
you?
the Aaron Donald real quick.
Yeah, what are you, Aaron Donald?
That's Don's.
Oh, let's look at Don's list now.
Yeah,
At
Tucker,
number
Carlson.
We have
Tyler
Devin
Bass.
McPherson,
Ooh.
namesake to Don. At number 4, again, the name we all love to say, Young Ho Koo.
Young way cool.
Nah, it's Young Ho, bruh.
Young Ho.
Cause he out here.
I'm gonna let you know right now. We do not care. Just say straight up, we don't care if it's Young Way. It's Young Ho in our hearts.
Yes, it is.
All right.
At number 3, we have Buffalo's finest, Tyler Bass. At number 2, like I said, Daniel Carlson.
Daniel Carlson. Yeah. I could have sworn I added Carlson on mine.
I'm pretty sure this is the consensus number 1. Maybe we haven't gotten to your list yet. But this is pretty much the consensus number 1 in Justin Tucker.
Yeah. So
Oh, let's go through Dante's real quick.
narrow. Oh, Fairbairn from the
Let's all
Texans.
say together. At number 5, we got Young Ho Koo.
Cool.
Bro.
At number 4, we have, how do you say that? Is it
It's Fairbairn.
Care Bear? Fernberg?
Care Bear. I'm calling him Care Bear from now on.
Yep, Care Bear.
We got the Houston Texans kicker, the Care Bear.
At number 3, my guy, Dante is very wise in his ways.
Very
Romero makes the list. At number 2, it looks like the consensus number 2, Daniel Carlson.
Yeah.
And as I said, number 1, the guy, the trusty, the GOAT, Justin Tucker.
All right, Manny, cook.
Number 5.
Don't burn it though. No pressure. Don't burn your dish. No pressure.
Number
First,
5.
let's pull up his list.
All right. Number 5 is Harrison Butker. You know, he's one of the more consistent kickers in football. You know, he had that situation in the Super Bowl where he missed the kick early in the game, but he responded right back at the end of the game. And I know
When it mattered most.
It was a shorter kick, but you know, the pressure situation of when you're about to hit the kick in a big game like that is what makes it so hard. So it's kind of a harder kick if you think about it. But outside of that, he's a good player. And you think about it, like he's just been one of the more consistent kickers in football, and like he's been in the league for like a minute now. It feels like. So yeah, he's because So he would be my 5.
Did you not make a list, Manny? Did you not send the list?
Bro, it was
You know
so
what?
loud.
I knew Manny didn't make a list when he started
Bro.
thinking about who his 5th one was.
No. It was so last
So
minute
confused.
to where it was so last minute to where it was so last
It
minute.
was so
Manny, I
last-
sent
Yeah.
mine yesterday because I thought I
Yeah.
sent it
Bro,
on Monday.
I did not expect to come on the show today, so I didn't think I was.
Well, Manny,
We still hold up. No, because we still show your list even when you're not on the show. When was the last time Don was on the show? And we always show his list. We have this pinned in the Slack. Come on, man.
bro, I wasn't on the show last week and I had my list.
Hey, man,
This gets the certified what the fuke stamp.
if I could just
Nah.
Manny doesn't even. Manny doesn't even. You don't burnt the mac and cheese 5 times this week. No.
Hey, sorry. I
Manny doesn't get a list. We're moving on.
Manny,
hold on. And if I may offer this
hold
word of
on to
advice,
the shirt, buddy,
please,
right here.
just like everyone at
Here.
home, set your notification bell. Make sure you hit that. That way you know when you get messages or you know.
Let me cook. Just
You
let me
get that,
cook.
you get that
No,
notification.
What your ass?
You're already your dish.
Bro,
We said, hey Manny, I need you to. We said, hey Manny, send a list. He said, I ain't got no internet. I ain't got no internet making a list.
Be honest. He admitted he forgot we had a show
Let
today
me
too.
cook.
And I
Hell.
knew we had a show, and I was here. I can't go fishy Manny for this.
Stop.
Yeah, man.
He's pulling the box.
Bro, all right. My number 4 is Evan McPherson. You know, he had a sort of a down year, but he was still a good player. I mean, like I said, like for when Vic was talking about Justin Tucker, he's so good to where like if he has like sort of a down season, that's a really good season for another kicker. So it's the same thing with Evan McPherson. His expectations are set so high to where like if he has a down season, then it's going to be considered a really good season. My number 3 is Daniel Carlson. What do I have to say? Like this guy is so underrated. He doesn't get talked about as much, and I know they had Devontae Adams last year, so the points were going to be scored a lot more. But there were games where he was kicking field goals really well. He's a really good kicker from like a longer spot, and I had to throw him on there. And his statistics last year for field goals was some of the best in football. So yeah, he's definitely my guy up there. My number 2 is Chris Boswell.
The boss.
I mean, you've seen what he did in the game against the Bengals at the end of the game. I get it, he missed kicks in that game, but it was week 1. I can't even hurt the guy. But outside of that, another guy's really good statistics throughout the year. and he cooked. Number one, like Vic said, this guy is gonna sit on the mountain by himself. It has to be Justin Tucker. Um, his down seasons are really good years for other kickers. And this guy just seems to outside of this past year where he missed kicks from longer spots when which is hard, but the expectations are set so high for him to where he has to make a kick like that because everyone knows him as a really good kicker from a longer spot. So he's my number one. That is my list.
I would say the only issue I have with this is Chris Boswell being at number 2. Love the Boz. He's a Pittsburgh favorite, but my guy missed 8 field goals, and he can't kick the ball anywhere past 45
Bro,
yards.
he's better.
That's the only-
And real quick before we move on, I just want to address Damien's comment. Can you trust Tucker anymore, though? I mean, Tucker did miss a 60-something yarder last season.
Bro,
We're not just going to act like, this man... Hold up. I'll let all of you individually roast this man later. I will... Your time will come, eventually, to roast this man. But first, did miss a 60... Okay, you do realize that last year, this man hit a 66-yarder, which broke the record for the NFL.
2 years
And
ago.
this year, he had 142 points, was 86% from the 86% field goal, and basically a 97% extra point.
bro, I would love to see you go out in the field and kick a field goal from like 10 yards, bro. I don't think you could do that. You know how hard it is to kick the ball from 60 yards, Damien?
That's why I was like,
Hold up.
I understand you might think, like we all said, he had a down year, but compared to other kickers, it's a great year. But you just said a 60-yard field goal.
And actually, hold on real quick, Vic. You say...
Yeah.
Hold on real quick, though, Vic. You say he has a down year. This year, in 2022, was the highest... This season, he had the most points throughout his entire career.
Well, this is why I say it was a down year, because out of, 43 field goals, he made 37. So
No,
that means
I know.
he missed 8 field goals. But I'm going to say this, just to give Justin Tucker his respect. From 20 to 29 yards, my guy was automatic 13 of 13.
13 for 13.
From
Yep.
30 to 39, again, automatic 11 of 11. From 40 to 49 yards, 4 of 5. But this is where we get even better. From 50 to 59 yards, 9 of 12. Now, when you get to 60 yards, which is, a lot of kickers don't even reach that, he was 0 from 2. But again, look at the circumstances that he was in at those times. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he had 3 blocks. So 3 of those kicks were blocked that weren't his fault.
Mm-hmm. And something else too, Damien. I know you ain't talking. The last good kicker you had was Robbie Gold. That was over 5 years ago.
Should never let him
Yeah.
go.
Damien, like
No,
I
they did a
said,
great thing by letting
Yeah.
him go.
like
That
I
man
said,
does not deserve him.
yeah. Like I said, Damien, try to hit a kick in real life from 15 to 10 yards. You're gonna see how hard it is. It's not, bro. You know how much power with your legs you have to kick a field goal. Like it's not easy, bro. Especially when you can do it from like 60 yards, let alone 66. Like that's impressive, bro.
Mhm.
You got to give this guy props.
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
I think
bro.
this season you're going to see better numbers from Justin Tucker. Because also you got to look at, they're not going to be in, hopefully, barring injury, they're not going to be in situations where they needed him to kick, for 60 yards.